Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SKLMUNKY. Real quick before this video starts, I thought I'd do an intro on a new topic, a new format of video I like to do called the Face Palms of Fandom. These videos will be on just how sort of like a take on, but in a way where it's just something that I can't believe that fans of nerddom, the lengths they'd go to. And I'll be hitting on like old stuff too. It's sort of like now though now it seems justified, sending death threats to Michael Bay for putting flames on Optimus Prime and making him a different truck design. At the time, that seemed a little extreme and stupid, but once the second movie came out, I thought, okay, yeah, that's pretty justified right now. But flames on Optimus was the least of everyone's worries when there's humping robots and racist cars. Stuff like that, old stuff, some of the newer stuff, just things that I can't believe people of my fandom have done, have gone this far, and that's what this video's for the rage and fan outcry of the Devil May Cry series, just because the new installment has a black-haired Dante. And that's pretty well. I mean, the details are minor, and I'm going to explain a lot of it in the video. And either way, I just thought I'd do this intro to bring about my new segment called the Face Palms of Fandom videos. Please enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SKLMUNKY. For those who don't know, I am a huge Devil May Cry fan. And as of recently, I had just seen the quote-unquote controversial DMC5 trailer. Let's just be honest right now, when I saw it, I thought, oh, okay, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Stuff was a little confusing to me because not a lot is explained in the trailer. It just comes at you. I'll be putting a link in the description box for those who want to see it, or those who haven't seen it, and for those who have seen it, hated it, and should just rewatch it again, honestly. Alright. So after I had watched the awesome trailer, and yes, it is an awesome trailer, I just kind of wanted to see the rest of the fan opinionative comments down on the bottom. And let's just say in anything Devil May Cry 5 related, it's mostly been negative, very very negative. This is actually one of the things that it makes me a little bit of ashamed to be part of this certain fandom. Just how quick to judge and really sort of childish some of the fans can be. It's like, oh, you see just three little details, at least three tiny insignificant little details are different, and then they all freak out. Apparently in the trailer, the main focus is a very scrawny, dark-haired, punk-looking guy doing all the stuff you usually see in a Devil May Cry game, jumping, just hack and slash, shooting, cross-shooting, all that stuff. And at the very end, this character's being asked, "What's your name?" through the good first half of the trailer, and then at the very end he says, "My name is Dante." And I guess that was the breaking point for a whole bunch of the fans, and thought, no, this franchise is dead. Why? What would upset them so much to say this? Dante doesn't have white hair. Learning that the character that we've been seeing just do all this stuff, and that's very Devil May Cry related, and the one thing that is a breaking point to all the fans is that Dante doesn't have white hair. I guess a close second would be the fact that they're showing that he's smoking, People like, oh, and then you just hear a whole bunch of this fan out crying, Dante doesn't smoke, he eats pizza and strawberry sundaes. I understand the pizza, I just don't know where the strawberry sundae thing came to pass. It might have been from the anime, but honestly, when I saw the trailers for the anime, I thought, not so much the trailer, but the footage from the actual anime series. It looked really dull to be a Devil May Cry related to anything. It looks really dull. I just didn't want to watch it. I remember going to a panel for the Devil May Cry anime, and yeah, they didn't explain much. We just saw a whole bunch of trailers to a whole bunch of other anime, and saw the teaser trailer to Devil May Cry 4. That's when it was barely coming out, and the anime was going to come out sooner than the game was, but they basically told us, oh, it's going to be its own story, it's not going to be Devil May Cry related to the games, despite the fact that there's 3 characters from the game in there. A whole bunch of crap you do in the games is put into there, like the sword coming back to Dante after he throws it. But I don't know, it wasn't over the top enough. The animation was not over the top enough. It just looked really dull looking, and so I never got into it. As for the comics, I don't know if the Strawberry Sundae thing goes into the comics as well. I think the earliest Devil May Cry comic I saw or kind of read was in a magazine on the racks. Was in a game magazine on the racks. And it was from an American artist, but it was the tone of the comic was so dark. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. You just see gun flashes, and it was colored so dark. It's like, well, the games weren't this dark. You could see what was going on, kind of, but so never got into the American version of the comics. I attempted to read the manga printouts for Devil May Cry 3. I had one, and then they ended up selling it. But in that one, the artwork wasn't anything special, really, and it just didn't. Like I said, it was kind of the same thing with the anime. It wasn't over the top enough. The style was very dull, scratchy, kind of lazy looking. It was heavily inked. So I think I only read all that manga is really good for is filling out. There's a line in the 3rd game. There's a line Dante says in the 3rd game where he says, "It's been a year since we last met," and he's basically talking to Virgil, who's up on the tower. And when you think, and when it shows that in Dante's past, when he witnesses his mother being killed, he thinks Virgil is dead. So this fills up into that point in time where they meet, and then they separate for a whole year, and then Devil May Cry 3, the game, takes place. But from what I understand of the game trailer, it is a prequel to all 4 of the games, which explains not only why the character shown in, the Dante shown in the trailer is so thin. I mean, he looks kind of like a scrawny guy. I kind of thought that they were trying to pull another 4, introducing a new character, and I was thinking hopefully this will become something like the Resident Evil series, where each game follows a different character, and the same premise is being followed, but you're playing as different characters throughout this timeline in this universe. But from what I found out, it's the same story, only it's taking place years before any of the it's basically before what happens in 3. You're playing as a young Dante, or a younger Dante. I'm guessing somewhere in the middle teens, maybe. And another complaint. Okay, one complaint: his hair isn't black. You can't act. I mean, his hair isn't white. It's black.